ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Balance of Opinion Sports Podcast, which you got the host of the most about the planet, Yahweh, ECG, and Manila.
Yo, it's your boy Vinci, star of the ego, feed the soul.
As you can already see, what we got right here, Weili Zhang against Joanna. Listen, she was outmatched from the jump, man. I put all my eggs in the wrong basket. She came out for as much as she trained. I feel she was unprepared for the moment. While Zhang, I think the two fights with Rose and the defeats and her knowing that she already beat Joanna, she was like, I'm gonna take your head off by any means necessary. You know what I mean? She did not discriminate on her attack style. You know what I'm saying? What do you say, Navinch?
I King, I say it doesn't matter how much Joanna trained. Training is not the same as being in a full-on fight. And especially add on to that, being away from the fight game for like 2 years. Well, you know what though? To be fair, she looks good, and I'm not gonna say that to take anything away from Zhang, but Joanna looked good. She was fighting good. But I've gone back to this and said, Joanna has not, she's not evolved. Her game is still the same. And that's why she's been on a couple of losing streak, because everyone figured that out. She's not evolved. She does the same thing over and over.
But hold on, though. Is it fair to say that for some people it doesn't work and for some people it does? Because you have to look at Ronda Rousey, right? She had that long winning streak. She did the same thing. Do you know what I mean? Get a hold of you, take it on the ground, take something off. You know what I'm saying?
Until people figure it out, and then she kept losing. I mean,
so Holly figured it out. I think the Holly loss is what broke. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. Well, I think if she lost to somebody who was a little higher than Holly, I don't think it would have hurt as much. But I think she looked at Holly as, you're below me. This is gonna be easy work. While Holly was like,
she looked at everybody like that. She talked to everybody.
I guess, but
yeah. Listen, Holly had the blueprint to beat her. Guess what? Holly did it. Amanda Nunes did follow the blueprint and cakewalk. But yeah, back to this fight though. Like I was telling you in the preview, King, this is what Weili Zhang was gonna do, and she did it. She did not discriminate. She go in for the takedown. She grappled. She was throwing knees. She was throwing elbows. All of that. And then you got Joanna, which is strictly 1-2, 1-2, a few leg kicks, 1-2, 1-2, throwing. You know, just punches, kicks. That's it. It makes up nothing.
No, for sure. And also, to be honest, like, I feel like when it came to this fight, and also, hold on, let me bring us both back here. Congrats on a fantastic career. Sorry that I had to end this way. You are a champion. These are just critiques of your fight, that fight. I'm not taking anything away from this woman. She's great. You know, you're right. The 2-year hiatus, I think, was the biggest part of the problem. You know what I mean? It's like Colin Kaepernick right now trying to be a football player, right? Like, it's not going to, like, you took 5 years off. There's going to be so much rust you have to knock off and being used to being hit. And you're right, Navinci. Training is not the same thing as going into the ring or the cage and fighting somebody who has ill intentions for you. You know what I'm saying? So, Weili, she came out. She wasn't playing. I mean, she even cut her hair short. When I see at first I see the couple of the press conference things. I'm like, who's that? And then I had to look. I'm like, yo, she cut her hair short because she was like, she took those 2 L's and said, I must avenge my master. You know what I mean? You know those old Kung Fu movies we used to watch back in the day? You know what I mean? With the subtitles? Shout out to them joints. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Listen, she performed well. It was like 2.5 minutes of control time for Weili to 0 for Joanna.
Well, Joanna didn't even try to take her down.
No. It was like, and the head shots were like, the headshots were, hold on, the headshots for Weili was, 52-20.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even need the percentage to notice that she was getting the ass whipped, because that backhand, Jesus. Listen, Weili, you've been watching too much Ike Turner, man. You got to calm down with that. Okay? That was abuse. That like the way she landed that was so crisp. It was like, give me my money. You know what I'm saying? Had her twisted up. Yeah, I'm gonna jump out the window on this one. You know what I'm saying? She got itch slap, man. She was like $20.
She listen, Joanna was so hurt, bro. Like, she looked up and she saw Weili walking away, and she went back to sleep. Cause
Yeah,
you saw it, right? She looked up like if there was another punch coming or something. Then she was walking away. She just went back to sleep.
Listen,
but
Don DeMarco, face first, ass out. Okay.
But Joanna, even though I said she doesn't involve, that's nothing knock against her. She is the greatest straw weight women's champion of all time so far. Still, right?
Yeah,
she had like 5 defense of her title, so you cannot take it away from her.
And she put in the work to get there in the first place. You know what I mean? Like you, I agree with the 2-year hiatus, but then you even explained why she took it. It wasn't the loss. She just wanted to enjoy life, and I think that's another. You know how it is in any sport, man. If you got one foot out the door, you might as well step all the way up, because there's no such thing as play fighting. There's no such thing as play football. And these contact, hockey and stuff like that. Things, MMA, boxing, whatever it is. There's no play with that. You got to be 120% guaranteed. You're in there. You're focused on that.
Yeah, you're completely right. Listen, it almost like that tour hiatus was the start of the retirement, right? And that right there alone, you already, going on and doing all of these things. So you're fully not into it, As much as she wants to say, obviously she's not going to say that, but as much as she wants to say that, she took time off and she's back and, all of this stuff, right? Of course you're going to say that as a fighter. But realistically, it's, if your foot, like you said, is already 1 foot out the door, it's, not somebody like Weili. If you see her, I follow on IG, and she's constantly training, bro. Always,
trying to always evolve and get better.
She's evolving, and she went and trained with what's his name, Henry Cejudo. I mean, one of the top wrestling guys of all time, gold medalist.
For sure. Well, I mean, what's next for Weili?
Title shot.
You don't think that she needs to have one more victory to get that title shot?
No, because she's the number one. She is the number one contender, and this fight was a title contention fight of the highest caliber. So it's her, and right now there's not too many people in that weight class that's proven themselves ahead of her.
True.
Right.
True.
Yeah, so. And she's a big draw. She's
for
China,
sure.
The first ever Chinese woman or man UFC champion. So she's a big draw. Big.
For sure. Well, listen, give us that HBO special. Hook us up. Like, comment, subscribe. I have been forgetting to say this, and I'm going to start saying it now. Hey, hit that notification button. That's so you know when we drop this. We're a little sporadic. We're trying to cover as many sports as we can, people. Just understand that we are the Bops Sports Network. You get me? But anyways, it's your boy, the host of the most around the planet, Yawa, and Manila.
It's your boy, I'm really cheap.
Starve the ego, feed the soul. Till next time, people.